to the Minute of Strength. Today we're going to work on part 2 of that 4-part series. So last week we showed you and talked to you about the importance of the dead swing. Hopefully you practiced this. If you did, you're ready for part 2, which is the long cycle swing, or the more traditional swing. We're only using one hand. That's the traditional swing. It was never meant to have 2 hands on a bell. If you notice, that's why your hands don't fit inside that handle. But of course, what we've done in this country, we've made the handle wider to accommodate 2 hands. Very few things you do in life, you do out in front of you like this, all right? So we want to keep those hands free unilaterally and work them individually as they relate to your core and your posterior chain. So the long cycle swing, again, if you haven't practiced the dead swing and really understood why we do that, don't start this progression. Go back to last week's video and practice that, all right? So long cycle, here we go. So the first swing always starts out dead. And I'm going to use a real traditional method of doing this, going back maybe 150, 160 years. I'm going to do 2 swings on the right, transfer to my left hand, hand to hand, 2 swings on the left, 2 and 2, all right? So when we get to the 555 workout, we'll be doing 50 of these back and forth. All right, so it's very important that you understand these skills and develop them independently before you put them into a workout. So I'm going to start off dead, and notice the handle. Notice this, the handle facing you like this. So I'm using what we call a pistol grip. Start from dead on the first one, come up, squeeze, and the second one doesn't touch the ground. So 1, 2, 1, 2. What you'll notice is my shoulder and my hip move at exactly the same time. My arm is not moving independent from my hip or from my shoulder. So as I come down with that bell, I decelerate by sending my hips back, just like you did on the dead swing, except my wrist goes right inside my groin, right up against my leg, and I don't bounce my hand off my leg. I just come forward with my hips, squeeze my glutes tight, protects my lower back, and I get ready to decelerate for the next rep. All right, so from the side it looks like this. Squeeze, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. This is what's working, not my quads. This is what we see time and time again. And it is very frustrating to see trainers actually teach clients like this because they just don't know better themselves. So this is what not to do. So I'm going to come up from dead. There it is. Don't do this. That is not a swing. That's a squat. And if you don't have a strong lower back, that's going to compress, put so much compression on the spine, and you'll have all kinds of problems. I know people that have sciatic pain from it, bulging disc, ruptured disc. I've seen it all. It's made for the posterior chain to develop this chain. It's not quad dominant. You obviously are using your quads in this because you're using your leg, but dominant muscle group is right here, not there. Give it a shot, practice that. We'll see you next week for part 3.